Hi, this is Giovanni Mauceri from Drum Experiments. Finally, I am back on this channel with a new video. As you can see from the title, I will talk about some problems that Pro Tools still has. Let's go straight to the problems. Let's start with editing. I'm using Pro Tools for about a year now, and I decided to use it for its advanced editing functions. One of these functions are playlists, but they are available only for tracks. I would like to use them also to create different sets of markers in case of different versions of the structure of the song. So to fix this problem, I thought of a solution. Basically, we have to create a MIDI track. Let's go with the shortcut Shift-Command-N so we can create a new MIDI track. We'll call it markers. Create. Now I will put it on top of the list of the tracks. I will set the track to samples. Basically, this way I have a track which allows me to create different versions of the marker list. So, as you can see, I have a marker list already set here, and we have to create some regions that will go to replace the markers over here. One important thing to keep in mind is that if we make a copy of a region, the two copies will be linked. So if we change the name of a region, we will change also the copy. So we have to create unique regions. I am going to zoom in, set the project on grid so I can go precisely from intro to verse in this case, and I'll go with Shift Option 3 and I will create a new blank region and I will call it intro by renaming it. Now I will do the same thing for all the list. Okay, now I have my first version of the marker list, so I can also delete the original markers over here, but I will keep them for now. To demonstrate what I need in terms of marker options, I will go to create a new playlist, or to say better, to duplicate the original one. So I will call these markers 2. So I have two identical marker lists. Now let's enable the drums group I created previously and let's duplicate the playlist. Now I have a fourth playlist which I can modify. So I'm going to split the drum group in parts and I will cut the tracks on the intersections of the markers. So let's start. I'm selecting the length of the parts and I'm going to highlight the parts of the track I want to split. Once highlighted, I'll go with the Command E shortcut and I will have the tracks cut. Now, let's go to modify the structure of this song. First of all, I have to disable the drum group and create a new one, which will include the marker track and all the drum tracks. So let's select all the tracks I need for the group. And let's go with Command G so we can create the new group that will be named drums plus markers, and let's put it in edit mode. Okay, so now I'm on the second version of the marker list so I can modify this structure. For example, I want to take out from this song the instrumentals. So I do this, and what I have to do next is to drag the parts this way. Now let's go to see the previous version of the markers. So we can see I can go back to the original song structure and still have a reference of what I did. This would be a very useful function if it was already in the marker track in Pro Tools. It would save a lot of time, and obviously this marker track doesn't include all the memory locations options. This is just a visual help in case of this kind of editing. Now let's move on to the other topic, which is related to mixing instead. Basically, I would need the playlist function also on the aux tracks, especially in the toms aux track. Basically, I created a sum of these 4 tom tracks to be able to create this volume automation, because I need to take out some of the spill from the other parts of the drums on the toms mics and highlight only the fills. Obviously, between takes the fills are a little different. As you can see, we have different toms hits in the 3 takes. So I need to highlight different parts of the fills. I would like to recall the right volume automations between the 3 takes. The solution for this could be creating 3 toms aux tracks with the 3 different automations. So let's try. Let's call this toms 1 and let's go with Shift Command N, stereo, aux input. Let's call this toms 2. Let's create another one, stereo, aux input, toms 3. Now we have other 2 aux tracks in which we can make the right adjustments according to the right take. So for take 1 I will use this aux track. For take 2 I will use this one, and finally for take 3 I will use this other one. Now I have to set the same input outputs of the first one, so I will go with bus 7, 8, bus 11, 12. Same thing here. I could have also duplicate the first one other 2 times to have the same inputs and outputs settings. Now I can write the automations for take 2 and take 3. So basically, when I choose the first take, obviously I will keep this aux track enabled while muting the other 2. Once I select the second take, I have to disable the first one and enable the second one. Then, selecting the last take, I have to disable this one and going to enable this aux track, so I can have the 3 versions of the takes all in one project instead of creating 3 different sessions with the different parameters. I hope these 2 suggestions to create something more comfortable to use will be taken into account from Avid, and I hope that the solutions I found will be useful for you. Let me know with a comment if you know other solutions for these issues I found, and to the next video, have a nice day. Bye bye.